Crypto presents exciting new opportunities for the investment-minded, but it's also volatile and accelerating in complexity. That's why we created Token Metrics, an intelligent crypto platform backed by an industry-leading combination of data, AI, and media that feeds optimized portfolios to crypto investors. Featuring Token Metrics ratings to help you find the best investment opportunities in real time, an indices page that showcases various model portfolios, and deep insights into price predictions and technical analysis. A dedicated NFT dashboard that evaluates NFT collections and assets by our machine learning algorithm to find the most profitable and secure NFTs across all available blockchains. Plus, with access to Token Metrics TV, monitor 24/7 exclusive crypto news and analysis. Whether you're a first-time trader or a seasoned crypto investor, you can stay informed and in control, backed by your all-in-one crypto companion, Token Metrics. Take control of crypto today at tokenmetrics.com.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing well. Streaming here live at Consensus in Austin, Texas. All right. Let's see who's joining us on the stream. All right, so first person on the stream is, what's up from East Tennessee, Lawn Shark. What's up, Bull Runner? Hello. Bull Runner, yeah, thanks. Yeah, definitely had a great trip. Thank you to everybody who came out to our event. We had a Token Metrics Astrobot AstroDAO event here in Austin, Texas for Consensus, the Astromingo. Had a great crowd, great catching up with everybody, hearing your stories in crypto, and as we like to say, to the moon and beyond. All right, so we'll get to questions towards the end. Happy Friday, Delilah. Hello, Gedhun. Hello from Israel. Louis from NYC. What's up? Ryan says, what's up, Ian? Thanks for hosting the Astromingo in Austin. It was nice to meet you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming through. Growing the channel will get you on when I get a tad bigger. Okay. What's up from Ireland? All right. So today's stream, we're going to get ready for next month. Next week is a whole new month. So the title of today's show is May 2023, How to Make Money in Crypto, AMA. Right? Be sure to follow us across social media on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and also the podcast. Be sure to tell a friend. Not being in crypto is a financial crime. Also, be sure to check out our book if you're curious about crypto. Crypto Investing Guide on Amazon has great reviews. It's basically our entire brain trust, our entire knowledge on investing and trading crypto in book form. Also available as an audiobook on Audible. So definitely check it out. Tell us what you think. If you already read the book or the audiobook, definitely provide feedback with your reviews. All right, so with that being said, if you want to submit a question for this AMA on how to make money in crypto for May 2023, go to menti.com, MENTI.com, or just scan this QR code. Enter the code 5535411. That's 5535411 to basically have your question submitted. And then we'll have the community, everybody watching this video or the stream, to vote on the questions you want answered the most on how to make money in crypto. All right, so on the agenda, we'll go through, I'll give you my market update in terms of how things are looking for May. We'll go through and also look at what are the top coins of the week for trading, then answer the question of the day. Then we'll go through some crypto news that's happened this week and my perspective on that. Do a quick AMA, do some price predictions, share top 5 coins of the week, and then do AMA. So with that being said, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. It helps us with the algorithm. And let's hop straight into it. All right, so what's the market update? All right, so let's do that right now. All right, so going to tokenmetrics.com. If we go to the market page, we are back in bearish territory. However, this does not mean we're in a full-on bear market. I strongly believe there's always alpha out there if you're willing to find it and look for it. But we are in a risk-off environment. So markets have been kind of going up and down. Bitcoin has almost doubled in price in the last 2 quarters or so. Ethereum briefly crossed over 2K. Now it's back underneath that. But main thing is we're now in bearish territory. We're under 40% based on our bull and bear grade. So think of this as kind of like our data-driven, AI-driven crypto market indicator. And basically, we are in a bearish environment. So there's a lot of risk being in the market. So basically, you want to be out of the market, taking profits, or on the sidelines, creating a watch list of tokens that makes sense to trade or invest long-term. Now, looking at this, we're deep in Bitcoin season. So basically, most of the returns are happening in Bitcoin. Basically, Bitcoin is king. Most of the capital is in Bitcoin. Altcoins are not really doing well. Altcoin season has not happened. Altcoins have not begun pumping. However, there are a few outliers that do well here and there. But overall, though, the whole sector as a whole is pretty bearish, right? The best sector right now on average based on TM sector grade, which takes the average of all those grades in that sector, is basically exchange tokens. But if we go and look at the best movers, now we have Blocks, Milk, Alliance, Caspa, Remix, Blur, and eRedX. I think there was some news announced recently with Blur. I think there's some announcement coming next week, so I can see why maybe that's why it's pumping. But Caspa has been doing pretty well. It's been a favorite of our AI, and I mean maybe it might make sense for us to look more into it and maybe even trade it for the time being. In terms of big movers currently in the market, we've got Blocks over here and Multiverse X, formerly Elrond. So I'm guessing there was some announcement there. So a huge jump up in trading volume. Same thing with Icon, a 2017 darling, 100x investment back then. All right, so that's kind of what the market is showing us. But let's actually go and look at, not Pepe. Let me go to Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin trader grade is not the highest, but it's crossed over back into the buy territory. And specifically, it's changed in trader grade in the last 24 hours by more than 40%. So that tells me that there's a sharp reversal. So this is the way I kind of view the platform. So strong buy is typically when it's all systems go, but sometimes that could also be the top. So looking at this though, the fact that it's now in the buy zone and it has a sharp reversal tells me that something is brewing with Bitcoin. So even though the trends indicator did turn bearish on April 26th, basically 2 days ago, I think whatever happened, and now it looks like Bitcoin's about to reverse all over again. So I would actually be optimistic and almost bullish for Bitcoin. Not quite yet, but this is a positive trend. This is a positive development. Having Bitcoin switch over and flip that quickly tells me something is brewing. So I would not be surprised if this turned back to bullish next week. And if we look at this over the last 1 year or so, this trends indicator basically shows you how to trade Bitcoin. It's very simple. When it's bullish, you buy. When it's bearish, you sell. But basically, it would have gotten you out of here, gotten you back into Bitcoin at beginning of this year at around 17K, gotten you out at 22K prior to the dip, came back in here at basically 25K, then gotten out at 29K. For those of you who want to trade, this kind of gives you a perspective on how to trade all that. But with that being said, let's actually look at price prediction and see what this says, if there's anything positive here. So for the next week or so, Bitcoin is currently at 29K. It's predicting it's going to be around 28K on average, but it also gives you kind of a range. But the highest it says is basically 31K Bitcoin, and the lowest is about, I would say, what, like 25K or 27K or so. So I'll kind of just keep that in mind. And if we go and look at the actual support levels here and resistance levels, for those of you who are trading it, let me zoom in here. All right, so if we're currently at about 29K, where can Bitcoin go? Next levels. Yeah, so I'm seeing here we got 31K. And in terms of support, we got support at 24,000, basically 24,200. That's the lowest it can go. And then let's say it breaks 31,000. You've got 33,000 as well as levels. So those are the zones I would be looking at for Bitcoin. But all in all, I think something's about to change in Bitcoin next week as we enter May. If we now head over to Ethereum, Ethereum is not looking as good. I think typically Ethereum is slower to respond. So I think Bitcoin will move first, and then after Bitcoin moves first and turns bullish, then Ethereum starts to move. So I think probably expect like about a 1 week lag between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And going to investing grade is kind of the same thing. Yeah, so investing grade is actually a buy, but trading it not so good currently. Now, if we actually go to price prediction here for ETH, so basically it's at about 1900. We're expecting basically to just be flat for the next week or so. But if it does drop, looking as low as what, like 1700 to as high as like 1900. If we actually go to the levels, let's see the levels for us to be looking for as we enter May. All right, so we've got, let me just zoom in here. So from 1887, next level we've got basically 2000 and then 2150 as the next levels. If it's going down, we've got 1750, 1650, and then basically 1460 as levels to watch. And that's kind of I would say our platform's kind of perspective on what's going to happen as we enter May. Basically, expect Bitcoin to be bullish initially, and then I would expect Ethereum to be a laggard. And that's kind of the market update. So tell me what you think. Let me check in here with the chat and see how we're doing. I will get to questions at the end for in terms of tokens, but definitely vote on questions you want us to answer the most. Good morning from Florida. Hello. Good to have you here. Happy Friday from Long Island, New York. That's great. Lance Shark says, I have the book, great for starters or seasoned investors. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see here. All right. So that being said, let's continue with the stream. All right. All right. So let us know what you think. What is your coin of the week? So these are the options we have. We've got Arbitrum, we've got Kaspa, we've got XRP, we've got Cosmos, and we've got Bitcoin. So we've kind of touched on Bitcoin already, but let's. So going back here, Bitcoin's at 29K. Basically, it can go as high as, let's say, 31K or as low as 24K. But I do like that it's changing a lot here, right? Then the other options we have for coins of the week, we said what? Arbitrum has been pretty popular with their big airdrop, the $1 billion airdrop. But let's look at it here. Now, because it's a new token, we typically need 100 days of price action before we can give it a trader grade. But looking at the investor grade, in the last week or so, it's actually up over 30%. So it's been going up. I don't like economics. It's basically one of those VC Ponzi-nomics. Only about 13% of the supply is liquid. But some people have been basically saying that the token unlock is not going to happen for a while. So they're not really factoring that in. But I mean, it does have a high FTV, in my opinion, relative to market cap. But it has done well. It is a top L2 out there at the moment. But I think right now, this would not be my initial #1 pick for next week for coin of the week. But then the other one we wanted to look at is Kaspa. Kaspa. Yeah, I've been saying this a lot. Maybe it's time for this to be coin of the week. Okay, trader grade is in the buy, slowly trending up. I mean, basically, it's been bullish since under a penny, under 1 cent. It's currently at 3 cents. But from 0.0, it's done more like a 4x since beginning the year or so. So, I mean, maybe it's time for us to pay attention. Market cap $500 million, though. That is awfully high. Going to investor grade, it's also on a buy. So, I mean, maybe this is worth keeping an eye on this. So I'm going to keep that on the table. Now let's go to XRP. The XRP army is already out and about. Oh, this is not looking good. Trader grade says strong sell, down over 50% in trader grade in the last 24 hours. So actually, I think we just posted news. I heard there was news that they sold over 300 million XRP. Was it last quarter? I'm not sure if that's what's causing the price or the trader grade to kind of tank, but this is not looking good. Investor grade still has it as a buy, though. For those of you who are more long-term focused, currently at 47 cents. If we're actually gonna, yeah, and we did get a bearish signal on this for April 24th. Yeah, I mean, trading this with this and that as a bearish signal, I would honestly avoid that at the moment. Then we've got Cosmos. So if we go to Atom, let's take a look at this. All right. Oh, wow. A very strong reversal. So while it's still in sell zone, the trader grid has changed by over 80% in the last 1 day. So that tells me something is brewing with Cosmos. Now, even though the market did turn bearish, and it turned bearish, but what, back in April 25th? Yeah, let me actually look at this alpha on this signal. Okay, not too much alpha, but this tells me something here is brewing. So Cosmos, I would keep on the list. And we had Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin just going to go flat. So basically, we'll scratch XRP, we'll scratch Arbitrum, and I would say Kaspa and Cosmos are probably the options I would go with coin of the week. But I'm probably going to go with Kaspa because Kaspa is $500 million FDV and market cap versus Cosmos having. So basically, Kaspa is more of a degen play with more upside. So surprisingly, I think if I go back, Kaspa is going to be the coin of the week. But obviously, this is a trade. This is not a long-term investment. So don't want anybody to get wrecked. The way I would, let's actually pull this up here real quick. This is purely a speculative trade. It says Kaspa is the fastest open source decentralized and fully scalable layer 1 in the world. So basically, it's a blockchain DAG. But it's like, what exchanges is this on? It's on MEX, Gate, Bank. So basically, it's on the altcoin exchanges. So this is purely a trade, stop loss. So if we're actually going to trade this, let's go back here. So the next levels I would be targeting for Kaspa, going from, hold on, let me see here. Yeah, all-time high is 4 cents. So if we're gonna, let me just move this over here. So currently at 3 cents. So I would say we're looking at this to go to basically 4 cents and higher, and possibly if it keeps on going the way it's going, I'm not sure why it's moving, but it could surpass its all-time high. If it goes below, I'll probably have stop loss at 2 cents. Yeah, so that's basically the way I would be viewing this. But all right, so let's see what the audience has voted on. So the audience has voted as coin of the week for Arbitrum. Arbitrum is coin of the week according to the community. So tell me what you think down below. Do you agree with this? Do you think coin of the week is Arbitrum, or do you think it's Kaspa, or XRP, or Cosmos, or Bitcoin? Bitcoin last according to the audience. Audience thinks Arbitrum, Kaspa, XRP, Cosmos, and Bitcoin in that order are coins of the week. All right, so definitely very, very intriguing. All right, so let's move on now to question of the day. Can governments ban cryptocurrencies completely? Do you think regulators are going to ban cryptocurrencies? In my opinion, I don't think so. It's kind of like trying to ban the internet. eventually you just get left behind, and you realize that you're devolving as a country, as a society, as a government. And if the people want something, they'll vote you out of office. Unless you're in a dictatorial country with dictators, politicians still have to appease their voters, the people that put them in power, especially in the free world. So I think long term they cannot ban it, unless you believe in all that Illuminati stuff, governments, conspiracy theories, and all that stuff. Maybe that's happening. Who knows? But if we're thinking it's a free world and people can vote politicians into office, I think eventually people have to vote them out of office. So I think the arbitrage between countries and governments that are pro crypto it's like being pro internet. Like even China, a communist country, eventually had to be pro capitalism. And in my opinion, I think also the general consensus. That's why China has grown and evolved. Is they've been more freer than they were in the past in terms of capitalism and really just free market competition when it comes to startups, to technology and businesses. So now you're beginning to see like even China become pro crypto, and even other places like Hong Kong become pro crypto. So in my opinion, I don't really think governments can completely ban cryptocurrencies. So tell me what you think in the comments. Let's see some comments for some people. All right, some people are saying not sure, but most people are saying no. They don't think the government can completely ban. Okay, let's check the chat real quick. Is there a specific reason that Tokenmetrics has done a deep dive into Kaspa? It's been discussed quite a bit on the premium Astronaut group since December. I don't think we did a deep dive on it, did we? I think maybe we did a fundamental review on it a while back, but I mean, I'm surprised how well it's done, but I haven't been keeping too much tabs on it. Bill is gone, long gone. So Tyco looks pretty good, scored high on your metrics, want to keep an eye on, no doubt. Yes, this is one of the few projects that scored very well. We put this on our research site. If you go to research.tokenmetrics.com, we have our reports. If I can pull this up here. So we've been publishing more code reviews. So we're back to publishing more content on our research site. If you come here, we have code reviews. Just log in with your account. And Tyco is a ZK project to keep an eye on. Similar to Scroll and ZK Sync, a Type 1 ZK EVM, fully decentralized, but definitely keep an eye out on that project. Give me 1 second. Okay, actually, we got to fix that. Not sure why it's not linking to the. I think we got to. But anyway, there's lots of speculation that they'll have an airdrop, kind of like ZK Sync and Arbitrum. But I think this could be one of the next $1 billion airdrops. So definitely keep an eye out on this project and read their full code review report on our website. All right, so back to the stream. All right, time for crypto news. So, I mean, basically, Coinbase is suing the SEC after a month of silence from them. Right? Coinbase took legal action against the SEC on Monday, asking a federal judge to force the regulator to share its answer on Coinbase's July 2022 petition on whether existing securities rulemaking processes could be extended to the crypto industry. Basically, the SEC has not been taking any initiative or action to provide any clarity when it comes to regulation on crypto and crypto not being securities. And now the Coinbase is finally suing it because Coinbase is a publicly traded company and they need clarity. They've mentioned that if they don't get clarity, they'll be forced to leave the US. And I think that's what is really happening. And the SEC is basically just doing nothing, forcing innovation and technology to go overseas. And now you have other parts of the world really creating clarity. For example, Hong Kong. Actually, there's this article on Bloomberg. Basically, Hong Kong seeks to help crypto firms escape their exile from the banking sector. So you have Hong Kong seeking to become the new banking hub for crypto. You have places like Dubai and the UAE basically creating clarity for crypto companies and exchanges. And you have almost every exchange now opening up hubs in Dubai and the UAE. So like the US is going to get left behind, in my opinion. So it's time for Gensler and the SEC, in my opinion, to get out. Time for a change. But what do you guys think? Do you think, are you pro Coinbase and them suing the SEC? Do you think there'll be clarity when it comes to all this? Curious what people have to say. AutoJam says, no, impossible to ban crypto. I definitely agree. I don't think it's going to happen. All right, so definitely tell us what you think about that. Some other top crypto news this week. Bitcoin correlation with gold surges amidst the First Republic Bank news. So First Republic Bank, which is a bank that's pro startups, is, to my knowledge, it's a bank in San Fran and Silicon Valley that's been friendly to startups, but is now basically on the verge of collapse, on the brink of collapse, kind of like all these other banks that collapsed recently, with Silvergate Bank, Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, SVB Bank, and now you have FRC, the First Republic Bank, and now capital is flowing into Bitcoin and crypto, and Bitcoin especially, as we mentioned earlier in the market update, and people are looking to hedge to get out of the dollar, because if you have all these banks collapsing, what's going to happen? Because one, the banks collapsing is not good for the economy and macro. Two, it's not good for the US dollar, because now you have the central banks basically printing money to backstop all these banks to prevent them from collapsing. And basically all this quantitative easing, this QE, is causing inflation. And then when you add on the fact that you have BRICS countries, right, basically Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, looking to form their own currency and their own trade using the yuan or whatever and other currencies, and get away from using the dollar as a reserve currency, it's not looking good for the dollar. So dollar is becoming less in demand, and people are looking for a hedge. So Bitcoin, I think, is that hedge. And we're basically less than 1 year, 11 months away from the estimated date for the next Bitcoin halving. So I think now, in my opinion, is the time to accumulate Bitcoin crypto assets and get ready for the mega bull run post Bitcoin halving. Because historically, every Bitcoin halving has been bullish for Bitcoin and crypto and altcoins, especially. So in my opinion, I think the best is yet to come. But tell me what you guys think. All right, then XRP. So basically, this from the Bitcoinist, XRP holders, beware. Selling before SEC lawsuit could be costly, according to this article. I mean, I hope XRP wins this lawsuit. I think it will be big for crypto. I think crypto needs to hand the SEC a loss. The SEC hasn't really been tested. And now for the first time, you have XRP Ripple looking to test the SEC. I hope they win. This would be huge for the space. Basically, they're saying, though, that if they lose, if they think XRP ends up being a security and you sell, it's gonna be a hassle for you. But to all the XRP bulls, what do you guys think? Are you bullish on XRP winning their lawsuit versus the SEC, or are you bearish? All right, so Koala Man says Gensler is a JP Morgan TradFi guy, and he's using his position at the SEC to hold back DeFi. America will fall further behind to other countries as DeFi is the future of finance. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's basically a Goldman Sachs guy, to my knowledge. Maybe also did JP Morgan, but his tradition of finance. He's working for his next private job, basically. And it's big banks. He's not going to bite the hand that feeds him. So to me, I think all these cronies got to go. So I think we greatly need the SEC to take a loss, because they're supposed to be helping out that little guy and gal, but I don't think they're really doing that. So that being said, they got to go. So hopefully XRP wins. All right, so let's do a quick AMA here. All right, question from the audience. Ian, what do you think about investing instead like you used to say? 20 cryptos, 5% each, spray that to 40, 2.5% each. There are so many good coins out there. I get confused. I have 20K thinking about 40. And that, so I think 20, I prefer 20 coins, 5% each, because it gives you focus. If you're doing 40, that could still in theory work. But the question is, can you keep tabs on 40 different coins? Because at that point, it's kind of hard to fundamentally know what's going on. If you can manage that, maybe if you have a team helping you with all that, that could work. But if you have 40 projects, that's 40 Twitters you have to follow. That's 40 email lists you have to join. That's 40 Discords, 40 Telegram groups you have to be in or alerts to be in. So for example, if one of those 40 projects does something that's fundamentally bad for the project, how will you know about it, right? So for me, it's better and easier for my sanity to have less projects to track. But yes, it is feasible if you can track 40 projects to do that. But at the same time, you're basically building a very, very large index fund. So with that being said, though, that's my perspective. I like 20%, but if that makes sense for you, then that's also doable. What do you think about Mina Protocol? What are your price predictions for the next bull run? So Mina has great tech. Let's go over here. Mina does have great technology. We've covered this before, but actually had an interview with the CEO last cycle, almost like over 2 years ago. Currently, though, trading it is not the time to trade it right now. A strong sell on a trader grade. About 700 million FTV. Tokenomics are good. Most of the almost 90% of the tokens are liquid. So, trading it right now is not the move. If we go to investing, however, as a long-term investment, we have it as a buy currently, although it has dipped. Technology is decent. Valuation could be better. Fundamentals could be better. But I mean, right now, for the long term, it makes sense. Short term, not so much. That's kind of the perspective. So if you're trading it right now, it's basically at 67 cents. If we're gonna see how low it could go, because it is declining. Okay, so we've got 46 cents as the next support I'm seeing here. So if you're trying to really cast the bottom, you can maybe put buy orders all the way down here if you're trading it. But let's say if it does go bullish, where's it going? We've got $1.10, and there's a huge spike here. I'm not sure what happened here. Did they reprice something, or was there some activity on exchanges? But if you're bullish, this could go to 110. But the way it is as a strong sell, I would be more inclined to think it's going to keep on going down. I would wait for a reversal. Although it is up 6%, I'll wait for this to really be in a buy zone over here with a 60% or higher trader grade. All right. So with that being said, let's continue. What is your favorite meme coin? All right, interesting. Okay, so let's actually use the platform real quick. Let's go to Tokemetrics. Let's go to categories. I think they should have meme coins as a category. Yeah, meme coin. So we've got Floki. Floki has the highest trader grade. So if you're going to trade it, I do like that I have my filters on. So all these are pretty decently liquid. We got Pepe, which has been pumping recently. This could be the new meme coin, it looks like. Already up 16%. But Floki, market cap 215. If we go to investor grade, let's see which other ones have high investor grades. So this is more long-term. Actually, for some reason, it's not adding my filter. Let me add this again. Okay, we've got Volt. Yeah, so I would say Volt for the long term has been rated high investor grade. Floki's down over here, but this is the list, right? So basically, we've got Volt Inu. For those who want to be degens and look for a meme coin, FTV 74 million. Then if you're looking just for short-term trade, swing trade, I would say Floki. So those are the meme coins I would be looking at. But tell me what you think. What is your favorite meme coin? Tell us down below. Can you speak a bit about the new pricing plans? Will Advance be able to see correlation now? Yeah, great question. So we have put out an announcement earlier this week on the new pricing plans at Tokenmetrics. We've been listening to the community and just trying to make the platform a lot more available to a lot more people. So if you go to pricing, Tokenmetrics, where is this? Just type this in here. Basically, the basic account beginning next week will become free, right? So now anybody can sign up on the basic account and get access to everything under basic for free. Then we're for a indefinite amount of time, we're cutting the pricing on all the other plans to make them even more available to anybody who wants to try it out, right? So advanced plan will also be cut in pricing. Actually, give me 1 second. Let me get the full announcement. Here, let me just read this off, right? So basically, the updated pricing. Actually, can I open this in a browser? Okay, maybe not. But basically, previous pricing for basic plan, $20 a month, $200 a year, will now be changed and it'll be free. You'll be getting the ratings page, access to the emails, and then the advanced plan, the new pricing for an indefinite amount of time will come down to $40 a month. So from $100 a month to $40 a month. So definitely a huge cost saving, down over 60%. And then premium plan from $300 a month to $200 a month. So saving a lot of money. Basically, what, like a third or 33%, 30% in pricing. Yeah. So definitely tell us what you think. Hopefully, this will give people access to the platform, and then as we add more future products, you have access with those same plans. So with that being said, hopefully everybody gets a chance to try out. This is launching next week, basically May 1st. Tokenmetrics will be available for free with a free plan. So I highly encourage you to go sign up. So you won't have to put in your credit card to have a free trial. So hopefully that answers the question. Will Advance be able to see correlation? Let's see here. Advance. I believe they should. I'll double check with the team. But basically, for those of you who already had plans, you're basically going to be upgraded to the plan above, right? So for anybody who already paid for basic, we'll upgrade you to the advanced plan. And if you already paid for the advanced plan, we'll upgrade you to the premium plan. So yes, if you have the advanced plan, you'll be upgraded to the premium plan and have access to correlation. Correlation is one of my favorite parts to use. So for instance, if we go to investor grade, it basically helps you find similar projects that move in step with that. So for example, here we've got what's highly, like if you have Mina in the top 100 market cap, these other tokens are highly correlated with it, right? One is basically moves in lockstep. Negative one means it moves the opposite in terms of correlation. So for instance, we got Rocket Pool ETH, BitDAO, DYDX, Aptos, ICP, and Casper. But in terms of, I would say BitTorrent and Mutable X are highly correlated with Mina in terms of movement. So basically, if they go up, it goes up as well. All right, so let us now continue. When is the launch of the trading bot happening? Trading bot launch is going to happen a lot later. I would say we want to have something out end of the quarter, but I'll say probably next quarter. It's probably a more reasonable and realistic expectation. And we'll probably have it available to the advanced plan first to kind of test out, but stay tuned for that. Okay, all right. So let's now move. I've kind of touched on price predictions already using the platform, but let's look at top 5 coins of the week plus price predictions using Tokenmetrics, right? So you can go sign up, tokenmetrics.com, All right, so in terms of trader grade, these are the top coins we have. So we've got Injective at 84%. This has been a darling of the platform for a while. It's basically moving. Let me actually add a filter. I only want to look at projects that are liquid. Don't want to look at super degen plays. All right, so we've got Injective, we've got Polymesh. This is actually a trade we have currently at Token Metrics Ventures. We've got Render, we've got MVL. Okay, this might be new, and we've got Floki. So these are the top 5 coins to trade according to Token Metrics. So let's pull each one of those up: Polymesh, Render, MVL, and Floki, and see how to trade all this. All right, so looks like my browser's giving me some issues here. Let me take a look here. All right, just give me a minute here. All right, I don't know what the heck's going on with my browser. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm having issues here. All right. This is moving very slow. Let me just have all these tabs load. And close some of these other tabs. I'm gonna close Pepe. Actually, actually, let's do Render first. So Render currently at almost 240. Trader grade is very high in strong buy zone, up over 6%. So this, I think, definitely does make sense as a trade. Looking here, it did turn bullish back in April, early April 11th or so. But the main thing is there alpha with this signal? Yeah, I mean, Sortino ratio over 4. So versus holding, this has done very, very well. This basically, if you follow this strategy, would have been almost a 180x return. Wow. Versus holding this would have given you a 23x return according to this. So, I mean, relatively pretty good strategy, just trading this. So I think this does make sense as a trade. Okay, we've got Floki over here. Actually, hold on, sorry. Let me go back. So currently at 240. So in terms of where this is gonna go, okay, so all-time high is what? $8.77. So currently 246. I would say first for risk management, if we're gonna add support levels, the zones would be, I'm saying we've got one from 239, 240 basically. We've got 189 as support. So that could be like a stop loss if you're trading. But that's basically, if it breaks below that, it's basically gonna crash. Then the next resistance levels I'm seeing here, we got 262, 320, and 345. But even prior to that, though, if we actually zoom in, we've got 220. So it passed 220. It's at 240. So I would say targets would be 262. If it breaks that and keeps on going, you got 320 and 345. So those would be the price predictions for those of you trading this. Investing wise, for the long term, it's currently a buy, slowly trending up as well. But wow, this is up over 100% in the last 1 month as well. So it looks like this is doing pretty well. If we now go to Floki, trader grade also in a buy, slowly creeping up towards a strong buy, but that could be the top, who knows. Almost 98% of tokens are liquid. If we're gonna a very low price, so we got what, 4 zeros, 3 cents, and no, yeah, 4 zeros and 3. Bullish over here. If it's gonna move, what are the price points and levels we're targeting? Okay, let me just double check something real quick. 0.35. Yeah, you got basically down over here at 0.00003, and then after that you got 1.9, and then above over here you got 3.5, 4.5, and 5.6. So I mean, this is also, I think, worth watching. But if we go back to the signal, let me see if there's any alpha with this. So definitely alpha with this. Basically would have given you 300% return, kind of the same as holding it actually. But if we go to MVL, trader grade over 80 as well. Okay, this turned bullish again. Looking at the levels here, let's see. It's at 0.004. In terms of support, we got 0.0039, and then we got 2.847 as the next levels. If it goes up, we've got 0.006 and 0.007, and then 0.009 as the next target levels. So basically, this could potentially double in price, is what this is telling me. Investor grade wise, not quite there yet, but it is creeping towards a buy zone. But it's not something I would want to be holding long term for the time being. Render I've already covered. If we go to Polymesh, so this is the one we've actually been trading, currently at 18.5 cents. Cross from buy to strong buy. Okay, wow, this actually turned bullish at the top. So this was kind of late over here at 28 cents, but it seems like it's kind of trying to come back down. I know this did pump a while back, but it looks like it pumped very, very fast, maybe too fast. Now, if we go into support levels here, currently at 18 in terms of where it's going. We've got support at 17 and 14 cents. So those would be the natural stop losses. Then in terms of where it can go, we've got 26 and 29 cents as the next target. If it breaks through there, it can go to 49 cents. But this one I have alpha with the signal. If I pull this up, actually, it looks like it does not. So actually, this I would be a lot more conservative, just based on all that. Then we've got Injective, which we do have as a trade. It's done pretty well. I feel like Injective has been the next Canto. We've been covering this a lot. But basically, trader grade over 84%, up over 16% in the last 24 hours. Currently at 837. All-time high is $24.89. Turned bullish back when it was back in March at $4.26. But even prior to that, it turned bullish here at $1.51. Got out at $3.25, then got back in after this little slight correction, then rally. Went from $4.26, and basically it's like doubled in price almost. Yeah, up about 100% in the last 1 month. And this does have alpha. Basically, the trading signal has outperformed holding by over 400%. So definitely worth keeping an eye on this. And now, in terms of where this could go, so from 837, I'd say first the stop loss. We've got 759 as a level. So hopefully it does not break through that. If it does, you got, apologies because numbers are kind of weird, but you got 686 and 586. If it goes above, right, above 837, we've got 889, we've got 972, and then 1052 as the next targets. So basically, it can go from like $8 to like 10.5. So like from 840 to like $10.50 as a trade. Now, long term, currently still in a buy, but we're definitely worth keeping an eye on this. But yeah, I mean, I really like this. So these are the coins for the week for those who are trading, because I think they're liquid. Trading rate is good. If you want to customize this, you can customize the ratings page and add even more filters. But I think if I was looking to trade, those are the coins I'll be shopping with. All right, so let me check the chat and see how we're doing here. Mike Lit says, is it time for 100x meme coins or what? Every cycle it happens. I know Pepe and all these Floki and Velt Inu have been pumping, but I never really dabble in meme coins. All right, let's see here. A nice credit card is a barrier. We'll try it out. Yeah, want to make it easier for people to try out. RA says, I only grabbed 400 render at 45 cents. I wish I had grabbed more. Shaking my damn head. All right. Silla's doing big things with Injective. Yes, they did announce a partnership with Injective, which is good. We've covered Silla before, a project that basically fits the question narrative. Our platform thinks it's undervalued based on fundamentals and technology and everything. So definitely worth looking at those two. I'd say Stellar and Injective worth keeping an eye on. AstroDAO update release date, please. All right, so our team has been deploying new contracts to mainnet today, actually. So we're basically, I would say next week, look out for the official update. We're hoping to launch the first index on AstroDAO next week. So apologies with the delay, but there's always issues with testing and development and deploying, especially when it comes to smart contracts. All right, so let's move back to the AMA. Okay, I already answered this question regarding the trading bot. We haven't tested it yet. Right now, we're basically still finalizing the designs. We've tested it. It works. The Python code works, but it's taking the Python code, adding it, and integrating that using JavaScript to the designs. So we have been doing some customer interviews to kind of get people's input and feedback to make sure it's as simple and as intuitive as possible prior to any deployment. What could be the market cap of Stellar in the next bull run? All right, interesting question. Let's take a look. So we're going to go to Stellar. Okay, so currently it's at 135 million market cap and 240 million FDV. All-time high is 19 cents. All-time low is basically way under a penny. Looks like it's already made money for those who bought super low. Trading right now is decent. It's in buy zone, but if you go to investor grade, it's slowly creeping up towards strong buy. Not quite there yet, but in terms of where this could go. So let's go to scenario analysis. Haven't done this in a while, but basically this kind of gives you an idea of where this could go. So currently, at current market cap and current dominance with the total crypto market cap is 0.01% for Stellar Network, SELR. So basically, if it stays where it is currently, and the total crypto market cap goes to 10 trillion, that's the bit by 2027. That's the prediction by World Economic Forum, and I think it's one that I believe as well. I think basically in 4 years, crypto can 10x overall in terms of total crypto market cap. So if it does not lose market share or dominance and grows in lockstep with crypto as a whole, basically we're looking at this going to 20 cents. So 20 cents with, let's do FDV first, right? So basically we're just gonna do some quick math here. Using the browser. looking at a $2 billion FDV. So let's say this stays the same, 56%. So basically, you've got like $1 billion. Actually, here, I'll just do the quick math here. Assuming there's no inflation, but that never really happens, just to keep things simple. Yeah, like over $1 billion or so is what we're looking at. 1.3 billion. Now, let's assume it does gain market share. Right? Because if we think it's undervalued and it's going to do well, let's say crypto market cap does a 10x in 4 years when it goes to 10 trillion. And let's say it goes all the way to $1. Right? So basically, yeah, it goes from 0.01% to 0.05%, or even 1%. Right? So you're kind of seeing how this could play out, right? So let's say like the base case is it goes from 20 cents to $1. Right? All-time high is basically 20 cents almost. So from the all-time high, it goes up even more, basically a 5x from the last all-time high. Now, if it does that, we got basically 10. Let me just do some math real quick. Times 2. So $20 billion FDV. If it does that, it's basically, let's round up to like 60% of the supply. But I think it's probably going to be even a lot more. But you got $20 billion FDV. Let's say like 13 to 15 billion dollar market cap. So yeah, basically it's doing is that right? What's going on here? Sorry guys, I just want to make sure. Yeah, so the market cap wise, currently at 135 million, 1.3 billion, 13.5 billion. Yeah, so this is basically going to do 100x. Well, no, not saying it's going to do what I'm saying. In that scenario, to get to $13.5 billion market cap, it will be 100x. So if that happens, is that doable? I mean, if I had to pick a low cap gem that I think could do it, this is one I would have on the list. Seller. I think we're worth keeping an eye on this. So hopefully that answers the question. All right, so let's go back to the AMA. Yeah, so basically answered news on AstroDAO. So next week, stay tuned. We'll have announcements. The launch is imminent, and the first AstroDAO indices will be available. How do the Astra NFTs, I think you mean the Astrobot NFTs integrated with AstroDAO indices? The NFTs are not for AstroDAO. The NFTs are for Astrobot. They give you basically lifetime membership, access to Tokenmetrics, the platform. So you just log in using your wallet, and also gives you access to the research. There've been some issues with the research site, but I think that issue is being resolved. But yeah, it gives you access to the platform. RA says, was very happy with Seller and the Twitter space they hosted with Fal on Monday. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Falcon has had a huge announcement, I believe, regarding launching their version of AWS for crypto. All right, so we have reached the, actually, hold on. Are we out of questions? No, hold on. Okay, yeah. So I guess that's it for questions. Let's check in with the chat and see what other questions we have. Well, top 5 coins for the long term. I would just use the platform, make a free account, and just try it out. What's up, Ian and Astrobots? Hi, Mapro. Honey is up 33% today. Oh, wow. My guess is that they probably announced something here at Consensus in Austin. Hey, Ian, take a look on how Ocean is performing. Long-term hodl for me. We do like Ocean. We do have that in our portfolio. Not sure if we'll keep it for a while, but it's done decent. What do you think of Mysterium? Mysterium. Okay, we'll make this the last question. That's a super chat. It's actually a 2017 ICO. I was actually an investor in this ICO. It was a VPN, I believe. I don't think they've done anything since then, to my knowledge. I think they just maybe cashed out. Let me just double check to make sure it's the same one. An open source ecosystem of tools and infrastructure to liberate the web. Looks like maybe they changed their model. Yeah, I'm seeing VPN. So it looks like they expanded and not just VPNs. But I mean, but just looking at this, it's illiquid. Basically 10,000 daily trading volume. Very, very illiquid. It's here in a buy zone, but I don't like touching illiquid projects. So liquidity is king, especially in a crisis when black swan events happen. You want to make sure you're not getting trapped. All right, so with that being said, let's wrap things up there.
We just landed on the moon in a Lambo.
All right, thank you, everybody. Be sure to tune in next week. We have this live stream every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Definitely let us know what you think. Watch this video through. Share this video with a friend. Anybody who's curious about crypto. Be sure to also grab our book, Crypto Investing Guide, to learn how to invest and trade in crypto. Available on Amazon and also on Audible as an audiobook as well. And also follow us at tokenmetrics.com. I do plan to be on the Astrobot Alpha call on Tuesday. That happens every Tuesday to ask about NFT holders. And we'll also be on the Wednesday call for premium users. And for those of you who are current customers on Advanced, as mentioned, with the new changes in pricing, you'll be upgraded to the premium plan, giving you access to the premium webinar. So I think that's pretty cool. We'll have a lot more people getting the alpha, and definitely follow us on social. With that being said, happy Friday and have a good weekend.